All right, so you have to introduce yourself to us. It's a pleasure meeting you. Let the people just know you.
Shout out everyone. My name is Nelson. I'm a music executive with Imaginations Management. I work with emerging artists. I work with record labels to provide marketing strategy and artist development services.
All right. So first question is, in your opinion, when do you think an artist should require a manager?
It's a music business. So as far as you're ready to do business, you would require people who would help you achieve your goals. So at the point where you feel that you want to start making money from music or making investment into music, it is important that you have people who have the expertise, so at the point where you want to take your music to the next level, that will require more investment, more money, and will help you mitigate risk. Therefore, you will need a manager at that point to help you navigate the music industry from that expert and professional perspective.
All right. So this one is, how important is relationship building, connections, link up to your job as a manager?
Everything in life is relational. For you to reproduce anything, you will need another person to assist you to get to that level. So establishing quality and valuable relationship in the music business cannot be overemphasized. It is important that you go into these relationships to reduce costs, because there are some things that you need people to do for you without you having to pay them just based off relationship. You also have counsel, guidance because of your relationship with people. And relationship is also an investment, because if you intend to be in this music business for a long time, you will need people, that would be there to guide you in terms of strategy, most importantly, and then to also give you leverage. So these two things are some of the fundamental reasons why you need to establish quality relationship. And again, relationship also preserves you, in terms of guidance, because you might know the way to a destination, but you need to know, okay, would there be roadblock here? Are there armed robbers on this side? You need that kind of guidance from people who have gone ahead of you. And then for posterity's sake, you also need to create a platform where you can mentor other people coming behind you. So that's kind of the fundamental reasons why you need to go into valuable relationship in the music business.
So the next one is, what knowledge should an aspiring manager seek for or sought after?
It is fundamental that as a talent manager, you need to know how to lead people. Leadership quality is an attribute that you cannot take away from anybody who is a manager, because you are dealing with people. You need to inspire them. You need to motivate them. The opposite of inspiration is manipulation. You understand? So if you are not able to lead people, you always want to manipulate them. You always want to find a way to cut corners. But when you inspire them, it's so easy to motivate them into actualizing your goal. So leadership is one of those fundamental things. Another thing that is actually really important in terms of going into management is understanding financial management, because you are dealing with money, you are dealing with time, and these things are resources that you cannot get back when you expend them, especially time. You can't get back time. You understand? So you must understand some basics of financial management, like book record keeping. You understand? Reconciliation of accounts. You need to have those basic understanding to manage that. And again, just to add the third skill that you might need to have, you need to know how to relate with people, working with people. That's teamwork. You understand? You must know how to place your emotions outside. You must also know how to discern people. Another thing in relation to working with people is to honor, because when you do not honor people, you create a gap or you close a door, to get into different platforms. So honor keeps doors open that you always gain access into. Honor is a key, you understand, in terms of establishing yourself as a music executive. So leadership, all of these things put together will just make you a formidable person in the music business.
Thank you very much. To the main issues, how profitable is this business of managing artists, of being an ARO?
The music industry is making a lot of money into the GDP of Nigeria. If you look at how much artists are making, you know that for most contracts, manager takes about 10% of deals and all of these 360 deals that comes to the artist. So if you take a chunk out of that revenue that the artist is getting, you can tell that talent managers and A&Rs are making a lot of money. Their recording comes here and there, there are contracts to be signed. Definitely you are going to make money. So if it's how lucrative the music business is for artists and for talent managers and A&Rs, I can tell you very well it is lucrative, especially for those people who are expert at their jobs. Because like every other field, if you're not an expert, you're always going to be getting the scrum out of the business. But when you are an expert in your field, you're always going to be valuable and you're always going to be sorted as much as you solve problems that are needed.
So do you have an idea of how much the industry brought in last year?
As at last year, in terms of dollars, the music industry generated about $3 billion. Yes, that's getting to 1.3 trillion naira, in figures. But you can tell that even as at this year, to get to an amazing amount. And again, you can also be sure that because because we lack structures. We can't track exactly how much is being made. And that's one of the reasons or the bane of the music industry in terms of needing more qualified hands so that we can track revenue, we can track expenditure, we can track how much is coming into we need better structure to track our finances and how much music is contributing to the GDP of Nigeria, because there's also a supply chain in the music business such that you have videographers now. You now have, before now, our camera guys used to just go for weddings. But now, they now have a niche in the music business where they can make money. You no longer have camera guys who are training themselves. They are now experts focused in the music business. You also talk about equipment that are being imported into the country to service the music business. You understand? So when you look at all of this export and import, of equipment, of gear, sophisticated skills that are being learned on YouTube and all of these things, it will tell you that people are chasing the money. There's a huge amount of money.
All right. So you've already answered the question, how you guys make the money from deals, from percentages and the rest. So the next question is, how do you get clients that are willing to pay for your service, which is very important. So most aspiring arrow, they don't know how to go about getting people that will trust them and pay, not just trust them and pay.
Like I like the word you use. You say trust them and pay. And before people trust you, they must see level of commitment to your job and passion. They must also see your ability to solve problems, because at the end of the day, money follows the solution of problems. You understand? Money is like a reward for solving a problem. So when you put yourself in the midst of problems, so a lot of A&Rs and talent managers are running away from problems, but that means they're running away from money. So when you put yourself in a place where there are problems, you discover that you become valuable. As you solve these problems, you begin to grow in the music business. So answering your question in terms of how do you get these opportunities, put yourself where the problems are. Go to where you will see these artists. Where, for example, if you're on Facebook and you see artists complaining about things, or you see an artist that posts a content that is not kind of qualitative enough, you can reach that person out and say, look, I can do this for you in this aspect. Oh, I can do it for you for free. You understand? So that is you putting yourself in the midst of problems. And when you solve these problems, there will always be this word of mouth marketing. Because as a talent manager or A&R, you'll not be able to go and do ads to promote yourself. So the quickest way to promote yourself is to add value to people, and then they will tell the other person and tell the other person. So put yourself in the midst of a community where there are artists. For myself, I manage 2 music communities. So the more I manage them, I see their problems, I solve it. So it makes me unique. It makes me special, reliable. So when you put yourself in the midst of problems and when you offer value for free, you build reputation, because reputation is the currency in the music business. You understand? So people don't respect you for your work. They respect you for your name. And your name is what gives you reputation. When you mention like a Don Jazzy is not just a beat maker. He's a name. He's a brand. There's a reputation. There's a track record associated with it. So, and again, some of the successes we have seen in the music business is a function of the problems that people like him have solved. So if you want to be like them, you need to go out there and solve problems.
All right. So for the last question, I know you have to just do this once, and I need just one answer. So what is the best advice you can give to an upcoming A&R or an upcoming manager?
Be an expert, be competent. The Bible says that can a light be hidden under a brush? You cannot hide that light. If you are good at what you do, you will always shine. You will always be visible. Gain mastery. Go on YouTube. Consume as much information as much as you can. It is better you have it and people don't need it than when people need it and you don't have it. So go for knowledge, gain mastery, be competent at whatever that you say you want to do as a talent manager. As a talent manager specifically, let me just elaborate on it. Specifically, learn how to deal with people, learn how to negotiate, learn how to communicate expressly and do market research. Understand your market. An Afrobeat talent manager is a different ball game from a rap artist manager. So you must understand the artist you're managing, the market that you want to penetrate into, and what it requires. You get, because not every talent manager can manage every artist. So you need to know the market that you are trying to serve, master it very well, master the language. For example, if you are coming from Benin to Lagos to become a talent manager, if you need to pick up 1 or 2 Yoruba language, pick it up. You understand? Because you are picking yourself valuable to the industry and to fit in and to navigate into the music industry. So I would say mastery is what just makes you outstanding and sets you apart in the music business.
Wow. So thank you for having Mr. Nelson. I was impressed by your wealth of knowledge. I will have you again. God bless you.